Hello guys, and welcome back to another prediction. This time I will talk about the possible box office performance of the next X-Men franchise installment called New Mutants. As always, I will start this prediction off with a point which works in favor for a good box office performance of the movie. First of all, I want to name the competition New Mutants has to face. In the last few months, almost every movie that I predicted had a horrible hard competition over the first 4 weeks. With X-Men New Mutants, it's finally the opposite. On its opening weekend and until the 4th weekend of New Mutants run, this movie really has no competition at all. On the 4th weekend of New Mutants run, it has to face off against Avengers Infinity War, which will of course destroy New Mutants, and the film will suffer a huge hit financially. But on the 4th weekend it's already not so important anymore, given the fact that the movie will make most of its money over its first 23 days. The next thing that I want to point out is the involvement of the director G.O.B.O. While this guy just directed one big feature film to this point, the film that he directed really was a huge box office hit. The Fault in Our Stars costed the production companies just $12 million to make, and after the movie finished its run, it accomplished to gross $307 million in total, grossing its budget back 25.6 times. Absolutely crazy, and definitely one of the breakout performers of 2014. With something like that in the box office history of G.O.B.O, I think that he will definitely help the movie's potential box office performance. Now, I will continue with the points which does not work in favor for a good box office performance of New Mutants. First of all, I want to name the cast. While Maisie Williams and Anya Taylor-Joy as well as Elisa Braga are no people who are not known by the general audience, the overall cast of New Mutants is really not that appealing and will not help the movie to gross more money at the box office. An actor or an actress who are really well known and hugely loved by a lot of people all over the planet always help a movie to perform good or at least better at the box office. And when something like that is not the case, it always becomes hard for a movie to become a breakout hit. When people now think that the involvement of one Game of Thrones star will help the movie, just look at the box office performance of something like Pompeii with the involvement of another Game of Thrones star. Of course, this movie also suffered because it was just a shitty movie, but Kit Harington was also not able to bring more audiences to the cinemas to see this movie. The next point that I want to name is the current situation of the X-Men franchise. The last X-Men franchise installment, X-Men Apocalypse, really pushed the franchise down at the box office. In 2014, the franchise peaked with X-Men Days of Future Past, which grossed over $233 million at the domestic box office and almost $514 million from overseas territories, for a combined worldwide total of $747.8 million. After that, a lot of people thought that the franchise will finally make its way to the magical billion mark, but Apocalypse was received with horrible reviews and fans were really pissed about the quality of the movie. Because of that, Apocalypse only grossed $543 million worldwide, even dropping down hard at the overseas front. With a total budget of $178 million, Apocalypse probably still managed to make profit, but such a huge drop after a fantastic installment like Days of Future Past is really not a good sign for future installments to come, which New Mutant is. Of course, Deadpool and Logan were both huge successes and they both came close before and after Apocalypse, but in the end, people will look at New Mutants as a sequel to Apocalypse and not as a sequel to Logan. Alright guys, I will now fade in all aspects that I just counted for a good or bad box office performance of the movie, and I will now start with the pessimistic prediction on New Mutants. When New Mutants comes in on par with the quality of Apocalypse and Fox does not manage to relive the hype around the X-Men franchise, then I think that the movie will fail to gross $500 million worldwide. In this scenario, New Mutants will open to $53 million, and after a multiplier of 2.4, the movie will finish its domestic box office performance with a total of $127.2 million. From overseas territories, New Mutants will collect a total of $330 million, for a combined worldwide cum of $457.2 million. When Fox is intelligent enough to put the production budget of New Mutants at a maximum of maybe $150 million, this could be already enough to break even when the marketing costs are not exceeding 75 million. Overall, not a good performance for the X-Men franchise after the series was already in the 700 million plus area. Now to the realistic prediction. When New Mutants connects better with the audiences and really benefits from the fact that the competition is so incredibly soft for the project, then I think that the movie will slightly outgross Apocalypse. In this prediction, New Mutants will open to $58 million, and after a multiplier of 2.76, the project will finish its domestic performance up with a total of 160.08 million, outgrossing Apocalypse in the domestic market. From overseas territories, New Mutants will collect a total of $395 million for a combined worldwide total of 555.08 million. This amount of money with such a cast will probably make Fox very happy, and the X-Men franchise could make a positive turn from this point on. Let's finish this video up with the optimistic prediction. When everything falls into perfect place for the project and New Mutants really joins the company of Days of Future Past and First Class when it comes to the quality of the film, then I think that New Mutants will collect over $600 million worldwide. In this scenario, New Mutants will open to 62 million, and after a multiplier of 3.1, the project will finish its domestic box office run with a total of 192.2 million, coming very close to the 200 million mark. From overseas territories, New Mutants will collect a total of 425 million for a combined worldwide total of 617.2 million. This will make New Mutants a huge success, and the sequel to New Mutants will probably come in 2020. The next video will be a prediction about Annihilation. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. It really means a lot to me. When you genuinely like what I do here on YouTube, it would be great when you consider liking and or sharing this prediction, since it would really help out this channel big time. You can also subscribe to my channel so you can always see when I'm releasing a new video. See you soon, guys. More videos to come. Bye bye.